Okay, so I am making another video of myself. This is no replacement to therapy, and I'm not even sure how much it helps. To be perfectly honest, it's better than going crazy. I'll say that much. And I'm going to do what I have been doing when I make these videos, and that's play the keyboard while talking and just I don't know. I don't even know if this is healthy or not, but I'm gonna do it. I don't really have that much time left either. I've been working hard. Anyways, what is there to talk about even? Um, I mean, I wish I could say I was like an exciting person, but I'm not really. These days I've been doing the same old, which is pretty much just going to the gym and whatnot. But I have been having some pretty interesting thoughts just about like my personality and just trying to be healthy and good, I guess. I have I think I like want to be better, but at the same time I'm not sure if that's a healthy if I'm being the most healthy when I do that. Because what is better at the end of the day? Um I don't know. It's just I've been very mean to myself, and I'm starting to be better about that. These days I'm less and less mean, and it feels good. But my thoughts are changing. Like my thought processes are being challenged as I am getting uh, used to that. Well, as I'm like figuring out that I'm my own worst enemy. Like um it's it's just a simple truth that is. No, I mean, but for real though, like I'm the most mean to myself. I'm the most mean to myself than anyone is. Not that anyone could even be mean. Like if someone were to straight up be mean to me, I mean, it wouldn't be nice, but it wouldn't ruin my life. It would just be something like that happened in the day, and then I'd get over it. But but when it comes to me and my own damn head, I really am the most mean to myself. And that's no good, man. That's no good. I gotta be nicer to myself. Because at the end of the day, me, myself, and I is all I got. Feel me? And as I'm being nicer and nicer to myself, my thought patterns are changing. And I'm having different thoughts and I'm wondering about different things. One of the things that are being challenged is like my ambitions. Like you know me, when I get into these, like I start listening to the keyboard and I start getting into my own head about how to make it like that's something that I've done a lot, and I'm wondering if that stems from my my self-criticalness. And when I'm being like I hope I'm not being so confusing in the way that I'm speaking. I know I'm not the most clear when I speak. But for example, I'm playing the piano and I can't help but think about ways to make it sound good, which in and of itself is not like a bad trait to have. Like it's okay to want certain things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm more so wondering, will the ambition stay the way it is the less and less I hate myself. Because the way I see it is there's like two sides of me, and the one side of me is very, very negative. And he doesn't think very highly of me. It's always in my ear saying things like, be careful, or this or that, like you don't want to come off a certain way, or you're creepy if you say this, and it's ran a big chunk of my life. It's ran a big chunk of my life, and now that I'm realizing it and I'm trying to heal, I'm starting to question my own ambitions. And I think, like, I'm wondering, like, are those my ambitions, or are those the ambitions of a negative side of me? Which I think is the best way of putting it. Food for thought, honestly. I mean, it's a little bit of a weight to be lifted off of me if I'm not constantly just like holding myself to these impossible standards. There's a fine line between wanting more, striving for better, and hating yourself. And like, I don't know, I think there's a healthy way to go about it. I mean, it's okay to be ambitious, but it's also important to be ambitious with protection. Because an ambitious person will take risks, emotional risks. And for someone like me, who's been emotionally hurt by his own ambitions, it got me fucked up for a while, to the point where I stopped trying and was contemplating suicide. But that's just the kind of person I am. I think about life. I think about a lot of stuff constantly. I think about things a lot, and so it can get kind of tiring, honestly, which is why rest is so important. And I've been doing a better job, I think, of trying, at least putting in the effort to get good rest. But another aspect that I have been thinking about is like, or like I'm like, is what I'm thinking. Like I think I'm re-examining my ambition now that I've discovered something that I've been doing negatively on a subconscious level. I just haven't had a good opinion of myself as a person, even though I try my best. And even though like I am a good person, like it's not good when ambition overrides rational thought. Like, it's good to, like, for example, like, if you're looking in a mirror, it's good to want to look better and better, but it's not good if you can't see the progress you've already made, or the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of how I've been for a while. Not anorexic, but just that idea of a cloudy ambition, letting the ambition be cloudy. And I think it's probably stemmed from the fact that I haven't been the most nice to myself. But here's the other thing. How do I be ambitious but in a healthy way? And I think part of that is going to involve other people. You know, I'm going to need other people to, like, socialize with, to put myself out there in a way. And I feel like I have been trying to do that, and I just haven't been successful. That's another thing too. You know, it's like I've been putting in the work to try to grow as a person, and it's just like this is just the pace that I'm going with it right now. And I can't be mean to myself about it, but at the same time I can accept and make space for my ambition, I guess, is ultimately what I'm trying to get at here in this thought process. And so I'm just playing the keyboard, trying to let my thoughts flow naturally. But even now, I'm already in my own head about, like, oh, you've been playing the same chords over and over and over. You're so boring, you know. Like, I'm just very mean to myself, you know? Which is probably common of people who are ambitious. Like, there's a reason why we want more, you know, because we don't fucking like ourselves, and so we try to compensate. Instead of just accepting ourselves as persons, as people. We're like, oh no, we're not valuable as people unless we have this or that, you know? Which is very tough to live with. And which is why the main reason why I don't have a date for Valentine's Day. Or just a date in general. Or just any connections with another human being. That was cool. Yes. Anyways, I have a therapy session tomorrow. So, I don't know. It's not so important what is said in therapy, because a lot of it just can't be stored in memory banks, even though our brain does a significant job of that. But, I don't know, man, I'm almost 30, you know? So I'm not old, but I'm definitely not a dumb young kid anymore. Ooh, that sounds like the beginning of a salsa song. Oh my god, my fingers hurt. You know, I'm already feeling the age on my hands. My fingers are tired from holding the wheel, flossing my teeth all the time. It's not the best feeling in the world. the feeling of getting older, but I am wiser, so that is something, I believe, I hope. So, death is on my mind. Ooh. 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 Now I'm just fucking around on the keyboard. Anyways, I don't know. I'm not the same person that I was. So good for me on that. I've been putting in a lot of work to try and get there. Congratulations on me for making insights, making understandings and realizations of this evil entity that's had a hold of me and my personality for so long. So the hermit that I became, crazy. So I mean, look, when you're someone like me who got derailed by marijuana, among other things, but let's be real, like that dance studio that I tried to open up and closed was a big source of pain uh, in my life, and marijuana was just something to hide the pain, and subsequently, it did its job. You know, can't blame marijuana for doing its job. I was using it for that reason. Marijuana was like, no problem. Yeah, it was. And now that I'm like done with marijuana, I think I'm starting to get my faculties back in a sense. I mean, listen, my brain, dude, my brain is just, it is what it is. Like, my brain can hold a lot of information and process a lot of different things. So, I don't know where I got that from. I don't know if that's, well, I studied hard, and so I worked hard, but at the same time, it was, my parents are intellectuals as well, but more than anything, I I took school seriously. That's a cool chord. Anyways, I'm tired, man. Today I went to the gym, I worked, came back home, and that's kind of how it's been for a while. Uh, I'm doing good, I'm responsible, and I'm talking nicer to myself these days. I'm talking much nicer to myself these days. Shit, it's a difficult chord to get to. Anyways, I'm looking forward to therapy tomorrow. Although it's gonna be, I don't know. It's early in the morning, but not too early. Um, so I'm tired. I don't even know what to say. To keep going. I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be healthy. Um, I'm trying to have healthy habits. And I'm pursuing. I'm pursuing happiness more than anything. Very American. That's something. The pursuit of happiness, not guaranteed. Um, no one has the right to happiness, but everyone has the right to pursue it. So, yeah, happiness is this ever fleeting thing. For some, it's an idea, a concept. For others, it's a feeling. For me, it's both. Happiness for me would mean a combination of financial freedom, but also pursuing my hobbies and my interests, things that I have passion for. Um, Also, having relationships with other people would be nice. All kinds of relationships, intimate ones, amicable ones, personal ones. Um, all the ones. That's what would happen. That's happiness for me, and so I'm pursuing it. I'm pursuing it. I took a dip. I definitely took a dip when I became a pothead. Definitely set me back some years, but um, life is long. Life is long for a reason. And so I'm pretty much 30. My birthday is in a couple weeks. And so at the beginning of my 20s, I was real ambitious and I was pursuing the art of dance. Not like a stripper, but like in academia. I pursued dance through the college system and I was recognized for my gifts and abilities. And I got a little bit too ambitious, where 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 I wanted more, and when I should have been happy at the pace I was going. But I overshot it and burned out. And then I picked up smoking marijuana and spent a lot of money on it. Too much money on marijuana. And so these days, I'm much more responsible. Dogs are barking. I'm more responsible. And I think I'm remembering who I was before marijuana. Because listen, at 23 is when I finished college. And it was at 23 that I opened a dance studio. And it was also at 23 when it closed. And so it was around 24 that I started smoking marijuana heavily. I had been smoking it at 23, but 24, that's when I ramped it up. And like, I still wasn't smoking it like crazy. But honestly, I don't really remember. I just remember at the time I was thinking, this ain't too much. But it might have been too much. It's just hard for me to think back to that time and think like, man, I was smoking it so much. Because it seems impossible for me to do. Like, how was I even doing it? Like, I think it was in gaps. Like, I would go 1 year or two without smoking marijuana so much. Maybe like every now and then. But then I would go for a year or two of smoking it every day, you know? So then around like 26, 27, that's when I really became a pothead. And then rock bottom wasn't that far away. I think my rock bottom was like, yeah, about 27, maybe 28, maybe. That's when I hit rock bottom. I'm talking stinky, hadn't showered in 3 days. I wasn't moving at all. I was basically dead. For all intents and purposes, like, I might as well have been dead. I just wasn't participating in life at all. But even then, like, there were moments when I would try, but my head was so fucked up. Whether people want to admit it or not, marijuana does change you. Your personality becomes changed to marijuana. And I listen to other people talk about marijuana and they defend it. they defend it so much that it makes me want to attack it just as irrationally as they defend it. Because marijuana has ties in the political climate and this and that, and like people will use the small, like people will, like with marijuana, like you gotta look at the both sides, man. And I was on the wrong side of marijuana. It just wasn't serving me. It wasn't serving me at all, dude. That's a nice little chord progression. And then we ended right back there. And then we could always go to the, yeah, music, theory, and whatnot. Look, I really don't need marijuana. My brain is a lot to handle. And marijuana is a depressant. And so when people like talk about marijuana was making them happy, it's like, bro, you're literally talking about marijuana as if it was like running, or if it was like playing the piano, or anything else. Like, they talk about marijuana like, oh yeah, I'm smoking marijuana, I'm so happy, like it makes me so happy. And it's like, you mean like the carpenter who like crafts a table, or like the sweet old lady who knits a sweater for her grandchildren? You're talking about marijuana and it makes you happy, like those, like, you know what I'm saying, and that's why happiness is so complicated, because for some people it's a feeling, you know, it's a feeling, and then for other people it's an idea, it's a concept to chase. Like, if I have this in my life, I'm happy. Routine, right? If I go for a walk every morning, that's happiness. But it's not a feeling. It's just like, okay, if I have a job, if I go to work and support for my family and my kids, that's happiness. It doesn't feel like happiness, but you're chasing the idea of happiness, the concept of it, and you're in it. I am glad it's legal, but at the same time, there are going to be people who end up on the wrong side of that, and I was one of them. Because if marijuana hadn't been legal, who knows if I tried? Because like, the fact that it was legalized was the main reason why I wanted to do it. Hmm. That's a song from a pop record if I ever heard one. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon because I do have only a limited amount of time before the house is once again filled with noise. So, what now then? I took a big hit on my head, in my heart, when I pursued the dance school and it closed. And the biggest reason why it closed was for lack of proper preparation. I didn't know what it was going to entail. I had no idea of the costs. All I knew is that I wanted to do something great. And I had help. That's another part of it that was really painful too. I felt like I didn't just let myself down. I let down anyone who well, not that many people even knew about it, but you know, when you're an ambitious person and you go and undertake projects, you have people that support you and believe in you, hopefully. And then if you're a sensitive person like I am, you feel like you let them down. So this time around, I'm gonna have to tackle something else. I'm gonna have to try for something different, or maybe not. Like, I'm just a humble delivery driver at this point, and I'm not even making good money at all. Just enough to get by, and that's only because I'm looking out for me. And granted, I am paying my mom and I'm paying my dad, but nothing like what I would be paying if I was on my own. I have help. I don't know. It's just a lot to think about. There's a lot on my mind, and it makes it hard to sleep sometimes. Most times. Yeah, well, that's just what it is. All the good looks in the world won't help you from a hard life. That's just the truth of it. Not when you're someone who's self-destructive. When you get in your own way. Because life just can't be good. It has to be a struggle. Trials and tribulations, my friends. Trials and tribulations. Anyways, bye for now. Thank you for listening. Mwah.